Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonathan Cohn, and today I have my video talking about the series I intend to continue in 2025. I did a video recently on my priority reads for 2025. These are new series. I think I did 13 series that I hope to start in 2025. I have 8 series that I'm in the middle of that I want to continue. And I want to preface this by saying if it is a new release book, I'm not including it on the list. So, for example, the Hanuvar series that I'm in the middle of, there's supposed to be a new book next year, not including it on the list because it's like a book I don't have yet and, is a new release. I categorize that differently in my brain and when I sort books I'm intending to read. And same thing for like the Reimer trilogy or anything like that. So I'm talking about book series I'm in the middle of that the books have already come out for it that I need to continue on. And so let me go ahead and start with my first of my 8 series, which is the Honor Harrington series from David Weber. I have about 5 more books that I physically own, and then I have about 5 or 6 or 7, somewhere around there. There's a lot, probably more than that I still need to purchase, and so I will not finish or catch up with the series next year. I'm just putting that out there. I'm not going to catch up. But I hope to continue maybe just a couple of these books soon. My next read should be Ashes of Victory. I'll probably get to that next year. And maybe War of Honor. I don't know if I'll make it to At All Costs. We'll see. These are long books, so we'll see if I make it to it. But it's possible. And then I won't make it to these. But eventually I'll get to Mission of Honor, Rising Thunder, and all the rest that I don't own yet. So let me put these over here. Next, my next priority series is one that is very near and dear to my heart, one of my favorite hard sci-fi series, and that is the Ben Bova Grand Tour universe. I have read the Mars 3 books, I guess you call it the Martian trilogy that he did. I've also read the 2 Jupiter books, really enjoyed them both. And then I have his books Farside, Saturn, and Venus that I'm going to try. No, sorry, Farside, Saturn, and Titan, which I try to get those done by the end of the year. And so I plan to continue with Mercury and Venus in 2025. And then once I get those done, I want to go out and get some more of his books. And hopefully, I'm hoping I can catch up so that when Pluto comes out, which for those who don't know, Ben Bova sadly passed away a few years ago, but he left some notes on the final book, which was supposed to end the Grand Tour universe, and that book was going to be Pluto, and he was working with, and so his estate has hired Les Johnson, who I've interviewed for the channel. Look up Les Johnson interview that I did both this year and last year. It's really good. And anyway, he's going to continue it and finish that book. And so I'm really excited to get to that. But I'm not going to start that book until I've caught up in the series. And there's a lot of books in the series. I still have like another dozen to read. So I better get cracking. So that is his books, Mercury and Venus. And there's way more in the series I just haven't gotten to yet. I also want to continue the Dresden Files books. I have this book, which I just read most recently, Deadbeat, which I have Deadbeat, which I loved, had such a blast with. One of the most fun Dresden Files book for me. And then I have Skip a book. I do not have Proven Guilty yet, but I have like the one after that, which is I think White Knight. If I'm remembering, White Knight is the next one I have. So once I get Proven Guilty, I'll read that, and then White Knight, hopefully. And I'm hoping to read more than just a book a year. I've been averaging a book a year for 5 years on this series. I need to fix that. I need to go faster. So I want to read more Dresden Files. My next series that I want to continue, and actually I want to finish this one, is the Star Trek Vanguard series. Again, another series that I've been doing like a book a year. I should be going faster on this series. I don't know why I'm not. I'm reading it practically at the same amount of time that it took to publish this series. But we have the book What Judgments Come by Kevin Dillmore and Dayton Ward, and then we have Storming Heaven by David Mack. I'm hoping to get both of these done so I can cross this series off the list and be done with it. So that is another continuing. All right, this next series has some of my favorite cover art ever, and that is the Saga of Recluse. I've read the first 2 books in the series, and I own books 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I really want to continue this. And I love Ellie Modesitt Jr.'s like world building, and I love the visuals, and I love the artwork by Daryl K. Sweet, who's my favorite cover artist. He did the cover art for all these until his death. And so you have the book The Magic Engineer, which I hope to read next year, maybe. The Order War, the one I'm most excited for, which is The Death of Chaos. And then we have Fall of Angels, which also, I love that cover. I mean, I love all these covers. The Chaos Balance, I love that cover too. And then The White Order, which I like the cover, I don't love that one. And so I hope to get to some of those next year. Probably won't get to all of them, but hoping to get to some of them. Do not judge my stacking. My next series that I really want to get to continue is the Monster Hunter series, Monster Hunter International by Larry Correia. I read the first 2 books in the series, and then I read one of the spin-offs, Memoirs Fever, and I really enjoyed all of those, particularly Memoirs Fever. And so I have books 3 and 4, book 3 Alpha, book 4 Legion, and I hope to get to these and maybe other books in the series once I purchase them at bookstores. And then there is another series that's kind of like an unofficial series, like it was a single book written, and then like 20 years later we got a sequel, and that was, the original book was Dragonsbane by Barbara Hambly, and I have the second book, Dragon's Shadow, which I loved Dragonsbane this year that I read, so I'm hoping I enjoy Dragon's Shadow, although I've been told there's a massive decline in quality in the books, but hopefully I'll enjoy it. You never know. I really like this artwork. I think that looks really fun to read. And it's a short book, so it shouldn't be much. This next series, man, I have put this off for a long time. I read like the first 2 books like back to back. Not back to back, like within a year of each other. And then I read the 3rd book, and then I just haven't continued on in like 3 years. And these books have been on my shelves for years. I have Cherry Goodkind's Temple of the Winds and Soul of the Fire, books 4 and 5 in his Sword of Truth series. And I enjoy his series. I just haven't continued on because I've had other stuff that's really caught my eye, and I'm hoping to include at least one, maybe both of these books next year, and maybe, if I like them, continue on with the series. I don't know. But those are the series that I'm in the middle of that I hope to continue. I'm not promising that I will continue them, and I'm not promising that I'll get to all of them, or even read all of the books in a specific series. I'm just saying this is a goal of mine to get to a lot of these. So we'll see what happens. But if you've read any of these books, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And until next time, I'm Jonathan, and thank you for watching.